What's up? We're back. This is Travis from Expert Advisor Reviews, and in this video, what we're going to end up doing is going through one of the more widely popular and newer expert advisors that have been placed on the MQL5 market. It is the Scalping Project, and there's been a couple videos that's been placed out by even the author that ended up making this overall EA. It's very popular EA, has done a lot of great work, and what we're going to end up doing is taking a look at it, critiquing and seeing if it is a hit or if it's a miss, if it's going to end up helping you out when it comes down to prop firm trading, and should you use this for long-term trading in general. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video, and let's go ahead and take a look at the Scalping Project. So as we end up getting started to be able to take a look at it and download it, and I'm downloading it in the background as we speak, but it also has a signals page. You can take a look at it currently right now, up 36%. 100% algo traded, 90% when it came down to the overall profit, 9% when it came down to the loss. Obviously, great numbers when it comes down to that. You can take a look at the trading history and be able to see the trades that have been going with it. It seems like there's obviously using a micro account, or no, this might just be a regular account, but was $700, well, $200. I'm guessing it's a micro account. As they go through and be able to test this, you can look and be able to see what the overall numbers are. US yen and euro, United States dollar have been the trades that they have been taking. In this case, gross profit was 108, gross loss was -35, and monthly growth has been 27%. So you want to take a look at the signals and be able to use the signals as well. Obviously, there it is there that you could be able to take a look at. But here we go. This is the EA right here. We've already done downloaded. We're taking a look at the overall settings. Let's go ahead and take a look at the settings real quick to see if they match up with everything that we've seen in the earlier portion. Bringing this up, general settings, we have true, time frames based off the hour, bars has based off of 10, trading volume based off of percent. So that means that based off of your overall account, risk percent, it's at 5% starting off. Obviously, you could be able to change it. Take profit points is 200. So I'm guessing that's 20 and 20. Trigger stop points is 35. So as soon as it ends up getting 3.5 pips in the profit, it's automatically moving the stop loss and the break even. So once again, that means that as soon as it gets in 3 points, it's automatically moving the trail stop and the break even. Trail stop points, I'm guessing that's the step points of how much it'll have to be. And then after that, you end up having a time filter on what times that you can be able to get in and drawdown monitoring. The max daily drawdown is 4%. So even with this, it won't even let you lose that 5% that the system is actually set up for and being able to go from there. So there we go. It's good to see the parameters. We're going to go ahead and start testing this. I'm going to end up pausing the video, and then after that, we'll go ahead and get everything set up. Okay, like always, the overall graph in the back test is going to end up being on the right. The test is going to end up being on the left because this one has breakouts and overall dates. I'm going to pause the video real quick, and I'm going to change the settings so everybody can be able to see it a little bit better. I'm going to change it to where you have it shows the period separators. I'm going to take off the grid, and that's the only thing that I'm going to end up changing. You can see on the top left-hand side, you can see the Scalping Project, which is the name, the server time, how many buy orders and the positions that it's in, your starting balance, your stop out level, and your overall drawdown. So the stop out level is how much money that it will end up closing out on this overall day if it does lose when it comes down to that. So that's the breakdown monitoring position as we end up going through. And we're going to play the video right now. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So if you take a look at this, what's happening is that on a new day, it's showing the resistance and the actual support of that day, of that new day. So what's actually happening there is that it is taking profit as soon as a fractal high, or it's taking an order as soon as a fractal high has been created for buys. As soon as the fractal low has been created, then it goes from there and places in that sale. It seems like it's keeping in both orders until one of them is actually broken. So like right here, the resistance was placed in, but until a new resistance was actually created, that pending order was still there. We can see that the pending order is still here for the resistance high. Once a new fractal once a new fractal high comes back in, they create another one. So it seems like every time a fractal ends up being created, then an order is placed in at that new order right at that overall price. And once it ends up breaking that high, at least 3.5 pips, then you will end up seeing that the market will obviously place in that order, and then after that have a trail stop run real quick. That's why it's very accurate. That's why you can be able to use 5% when it comes down to certain trades on that, because that's what you're getting for the setting. So it seems like a very good idea on being able to do that. Obviously, it's a scalper, so you're getting in and getting out very quickly when it comes down to movement. And we can see that obviously the overall equity curve is working out very well, even after just a month of overall movement. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take myself off the screen. I'm going to let this thing play out so everybody can be able to see how it works. We know how it works when it comes down to being able to have the entries, new fractal highs, new fractal lows, and then after that, placing in the trade right at the breakout position of that new fractal high or new fractal low, and being able to go from there. But yeah, let's go ahead and take myself off the screen, and we'll end up going through it, and y'all can be able to take a look at it for yourself. Hold on for one quick second. If you're enjoying this video, please do me a favor. Please make sure that you end up clicking on that subscribe button and smashing that dang don't like button, as we are a small channel trying to be able to grow. But more importantly, if you like this overall review, please consider looking at our other reviews that we have, including the Skywalker EA, including the Sun EA, and our very own EA, the Skywalker EA. All of these are available for purchase on the MQL5 marketplace, and they have QR codes on the overall thumbnails. So let's go ahead and get back into the video. So we ended up speeding everything up because the back test was 22 minutes long. So as we go through and take a look at the end results of this system actually finishing up, we can see that we're getting very close. But the starting balance on this account was at 10,000. Currently right now, as we're taking a look at it, it's getting very close up to that 40K number, which is a very good return in a year. Remember, we end up doing these overall back testing of from January 1 all the way until November 22nd. And the back test is done. Total profit is at 37,654. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this, analyze the overall numbers, and then after that, see how well the system ended up doing. And then after that, talking about what my overall thought process was. So taking a look at this back test, and I'm going to take myself off of the screen real quick. We can end up seeing that 100% tick data. Obviously, that's the best way to be able to take a look at any type of a system. But over 100% tick data, it ended up going from 10 to 27,000 for its overall net profit. The overall profit factor was better than what the screenshots end up saying. That was at 2.29 compared to the 1.14 that you end up seeing. Balance drawdown was only 10%. Balance maximum drawdown was, or the relative drawdown was 10.6% overall, which was very good. Now, a couple things that I always end up paying attention to. One, profit factor. Is it over 1.5? Yes, it was. What was the overall winning percentage for a scalper? Is it over 80%? In this case, yes, it was as well. 87% for the short trades, 87% for the long trades, 87% overall when it came down to those trades in general. And then after that, you always want to take a look at consecutive wins compared to consecutive losses. The consecutive wins on this one was 27 compared to 1. There was one loss that you end up seeing typically in each and every one of those, and being able to go down and being able to take you out. But keep in mind the balance drawdown maximum, which is 4%. It has a certain number. Once that number is hit, then it counts as all of the trades. So you never really hit that full 5% when it comes down to the trade overall, which allows the system to be able to grow and to keep on pushing up, and does not have to be able to use a martingales type of system from there. But taking a look at this and taking a look at the overall average time of being in the overall trade, the average position held time was right around 12 minutes. The minimum position time was only 4 seconds. So with that 3.5 trail stop that ends up kicking in as soon as you end up hitting 3.5 for that overall position, that really helps out the system to be able to keep on moving and to keep on growing the account instead of end up taking losses. So obviously, for people that are scalpers, you don't want to take losses. You want to keep on having wins. You want to keep on having consecutive wins, and that allows you to be able to grow your account. And if in one situation that you end up taking a loss, the balance drawdown maximum, which is 4%, will end up helping out for us being able to place this in. So very impressed with the EA, very impressed with the overall performance. I actually end up seeing that Renee actually ended up passing a prop firm challenge in his last video by being able to take a look at this EA. So if that's something that you're interested in being able to learn a little bit more, obviously I'm going to end up clicking on, I give an overall link for that video as well. Would I use this as a EA to be able to build money, be able to use it for prop firm challenges and everything else? The answer is yes. I will end up taking a look at that. I will actually end up using this for overall prop firm challenges. It's already been proven that it can be able to win on that overall level. From a scalping performer and being able to place in, it's a very simple idea that is very effective when it comes down to being able to win. And I think that anyone, even if you're a novice person that wants to be able to use it, it's something that you can be able to get into and have a little bit of fun with, and know that you can kind of set it on the side and let it work itself out. Plus, the cost doesn't hurt at all, being $197. So this one is a definite hit for us. If I had to place it as a ranking, if I were to critique and be able to say if there's anything that I would end up changing at this point, I would probably end up giving it more of a 9 compared to being a 10. In this case, I actually would like to be able to see what the overall martingale strategy would do to being able to bringing the profit up on this one. Typically, I would say I don't like using martingale, but because it only has because it has a very quick trail stop, I think that you can be able to grow the account even faster by being able to have a martingale strategy, by being able to place that in. The only problem with that is that it will affect you when it comes down to prop firm challenges. If you end up doubling that amount, then the next trade that you end up taking, you can only take a 2% loss if it was to be able to double up like that. So it will have to be a consecutive type of percentage loss that you can only have when it comes down to that. And I don't know if that will end up allowing the system to be able to optimally perform. But if you like what I end up doing with this video, if you like what I end up doing with the previous videos, please make sure that you end up clicking on the like button. Obviously, we have a playlist that's already set up for you that you can be able to take a look at, that you're going to end up seeing in the screen. Please make sure that you end up taking a look at those previous videos. And also, we end up ranking all of these EAs and being able to say which one is going to end up being the most perfect for you and the way that you end up trading. we'll end up having a dedicated video for that one as well. Like always, make sure that you end up playing your trade your plan, and I'll see you in the next EA review video.